Losing a loved one could be hard, and then having to deal with the probate process shortly after can be a little bit overwhelming. Well, don't worry, we've got you covered. We'll go over everything you're going to need to know about the probate process here in Canada. This is in no way legal advice. You're going to need to speak to a lawyer about the ins and the outs of this process, but this is just a general overview of exactly what you're going to need to do to get the process started. You may be wondering what the probate process is. Well, probate is the legal process of administering the estate of a deceased person. This includes gathering and inventory all of the deceased person's assets. This includes gathering their belongings, paying outstanding debts and taxes, and gathering up the rest of their assets to be distributed to the appropriate beneficiaries. If there was a will left behind, this process will include verifying the authenticity of this document and following its instructions. If there is no will, then the assets will be distributed based on the laws and the rules set out in the provincial courts where the deceased person resided. Real estate is regularly included in a person's estate and so is subject to the probate process. The rightful owner or owners of real estate will be decided by the court based on the instructions in the will or the laws of the province. Now, the whole probate process could take several months to several years, depending on the size and the complexity of the estate, the number of properties to be considered, and any disagreements that may come up. So what steps do you need to take to get the probate process started here in Canada? Well, first, you're going to want to track down the original will of the deceased person if one exists. It needs to be noted that a scanned copy of someone's will not be sufficient to start the probate process here in Canada. You're also going to want to gather any other important documents such as proof of asset ownership, real estate deeds, and insurance plans. Following that, you're going to want to apply for the Certificate of Appointment of Estate Trustee, also known as the probate certificate. This document gives you the legal power to handle the person's estate. To obtain the probate certificate, you're going to need to file a copy of the will along with the probate application to the appropriate court of the province in which the deceased person resided. Once you get the probate certificate, this is when you're going to want to start to gather and inventory all of the deceased person's assets. This can include bank accounts, securities, and personal property. You're also going to have to pay any remaining debts and or taxes. This process can be time-consuming and confusing. So if you have any questions about the process and what to include, you're going to need to reach out to your lawyer so that they can provide you with the right guidance. Finally, after you've done all of that, you're going to need to transfer those assets to the beneficiary in accordance to the terms in the will or by provincial laws. Transferring the ownership of assets such as real estate may involve execution of a deed or other legal documents. Now, the probate process can be difficult, but with the right guidance and insights, you will be able to handle the assets and debts of your loved one. If you found any value in this video whatsoever, consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and that notification bell so you can help other people just like you find this video. If you like this video, then you're going to want to watch this video right here where I go through another important thing that you're going to want to know about real estate. So I'll see you in the next video.